Here we go then, lads. It's time. Has a new contender entered the ring? Now, I am late to this one because I've been sick recently. I've just slept for literally the last 40 hours. I'm slowly feeling a little bit better now, but I couldn't miss out on this. It came out at a weird time yesterday, which was strange. I think it was 9 o'clock in the UK. But the UFL trailer has been dropped, and we're going to look through it today and just give our thoughts and our opinions. I am going to be covering the game as we get closer to the time of it coming out. I don't know when it's due out. I'm hoping we might get that in this video. Now, I have no information as we sit here and record this at about 8:30 the morning after. So we're going to go through it. I'm going to give my thoughts and my opinions. I will say before we watch it, I'm not too excited. Maybe eFootball's done this to me, but I'm just not that excited. Now, one reason why I'm not is because it's just online, and that doesn't completely put me off, because if I felt like FIFA Online was better, we would make content around that, and I want to make content around UFL because there needs to be another contender, right? There needs to be another football game out there. So what I'm expecting as we get into this video, as the gameplay revealed. Now, I think UFL already are getting bigger and bigger just by some of the names they've started to attach themselves, where we talked about that in the last video I did on the game. And now, so I think they're going to announce more names in this because it's 18 minutes. So it's not purely just going to be gameplay, I don't think. They're going to announce some stuff. They've got to, right? You don't make an 18-minute long video. And this is the first time we're really getting a proper look and a proper see of a conversation with the creators and what's going on with the game. I do instantly think that this is going to look like PES, not eFootball. This is going to look, the gameplay is going to look more like PES than it will FIFA. I think, if I'm going off the idea that they want it to be more simulation style, I don't think it'll be as maybe as clunky animation wise as PES, which is actually a good thing because it needs to look very fluid. I think the game will feel very fluid, hopefully look very fluid in this gameplay trailer. But I've rambled on enough. That's just my opinions going into this. I'm hoping by the end of the video, I'm super excited and we have a release date, or at least knowledge of when it's coming out. I've said 2023. I'm hoping it's not 2023. We could do with it sooner, to be honest with you, lads, because FIFA is just, it's not great this year. So we're going to skip forward. I will stop and pause and talk in between stuff that we get told. This was live streamed, I think, on Twitch, which is smart. Good platform to put yourself on.
My name is Eugene. I'm the CEO at Strikers Inc., the game studio behind UFL. First of all, I would like to use this opportunity to thank you all for your continued support and the positive feedback you've shared with us in recent months. We appreciate it a lot. Today I'll guide you through the basics of the game, give you a brief look at our partners and ambassadors, tell you a bit about Strikers Inc., and we'll of course see the UFL gameplay trailer. As a surprise, we'll also get to meet someone really special. All in all, it's going to be a fun ride, so sit tight.
So they've already hinted, right? There's going to be an announcement in this. We're going to see another one, but we've seen a few, haven't we? Lukaku, I think, was the last one. Oh, no. Yeah, Lukaku, I think, was the last one, so I think we're going to see another in this. I want people to bear this in mind when we look at this, because this could be a real telltale sign of where Konami absolutely screwed it up, right? Because I believe it's in the exact same engine as the eFootball game was made in. And that's what I'm under the belief. They're in the exact same Unreal Engine, not the latest one, the one just before it. So if this looks super good, and graphically I don't expect it to look as good as FIFA, just play better. That's all we care about at the minute, right? Good gameplay. You know, eFootball could have maybe looked like this. So we know it's going to be free, right? We know it's going to be free. And just coming soon there. So still no date. Right, so he's talked about the studio a little bit here and how they worked through COVID and stuff. It's all good. I just don't think we need that in the video. I will leave the link for this if you want the full shebang down below. But for the purpose of YouTube, I don't think we need to know that stuff. But they are going to show us some developer stuff now.
Special benefit. We have prepared a series of development diaries so that you have a good feeling about our studio's everyday vibe. And now, let's take a look behind the scenes of UFL production.
I mean, the production for this has been quite good so far. I don't know if you guys remember the FIFA one. This is kind of what I'm comparing it to because we did a video on it. But the FIFA one was really boring. There's been that little bit there, which if you want to know about the studio and what they've done before, then, you know, that's all good. But this has been a lot less boring than the FIFA one so far in the first 420. So, although all that cutscene stuff it's exciting to see, it's cool to see how they did the shaders and stuff. I've just watched that. again, for the purpose of the video, it doesn't need to be in this. We care more about the gameplay, don't we? And, you know, it's good to see the level that they're going to tell people about this. I will leave the video down below, but you guys have come to see the gameplay. This bit is interesting because they're going to start actually talking about the game modes that we're going to have. Now, we already know that this is not going to be offline. This is going to be an online game. There ain't going to be no career mode or anything like that. Maybe we get it down the line. Who knows? But it's an online game. So they're going to tell us a little bit about the main game mode. I'm expecting it to be card-based. Could be wrong, but I just feel like any kind of... You look at any of them, whether it be the NHL, NBA, MLB, they're all card-based. So I'm expecting this to be card-based as well.
The flagship mode in UFL is a global online league with a division-based ranking and fair matchmaking system that takes every player's personal performance into account and decides on the next opponent correspondingly. There is no so-called...
So we already know that. This is a good thing, in my opinion. We already know that there's going to be skill-based matchmaking. And I imagine that might be done in a similar way to FIFA in terms of climbing divisions. But it looks like it's going to take into account who you played last and how you played against them, which I think is pretty cool.
Handicap in the game. We don't try to change the game to make it work for both players. We give a player the right opponent to compete with and provide him with a learning curve that will bring satisfaction and gratification for mastering another skill level in the game. In UFL, you can create and develop your own club. The more you play and the more victories you earn, the more opportunities you have to strengthen your squad. You shape how your virtual team grows and evolves. You make decisions on player transfers, team formation, starting lineups, and match tactics. In addition, you have an option to upgrade not only your squad, but also your individual players by growing their skill or even training them to play in adjacent positions.
Okay. So it's good. We're going to have the ability to change player positions, and I think there'll be, instead of, this is what it's striking me. Again, I'm plucking this out for now, lads. I'm plucking this out for now. But in some online games, there is actually the ability to upgrade a player and not to just get his team of the year card or his team of the week card or his team of the day card or his I had one good shot on goal card and you know, his blue card and his purple card and his red card and his pink card. And in some other games, you just have points to upgrade said player and they'll have a max upgrade level. It feels like that might be the system they're going to use in this.
The higher you climb in the league, the better the players and teams are matched against. Ultimately, you can qualify for the Premier Division, where players compete for the biggest rewards and wildcard spots in official pro tournaments and world championships, both on and offline. There will also be a separate team-based ranking so that you can share the experience with your friends. Besides the league mode, there are a number of other play modes: non-league online matches, 2v2s, 3v3s, online matches with friends, an offline mode to play casually, special events, missions, challenges, and custom tournaments, to name a few.
I mean, I love all of that. I genuinely love all of that, that there's going to be different missions and stuff like that for you to fulfill. So I imagine that you get different cards. We still don't know if it's cards, but I like that. I like what he's selling right now.
Another great advantage of UFL is its seamless and persistent gameplay. There are no annual resets or wipes. Instead, there are seasons during which you are competing for the champion title. If you win it, you keep it with you forever in your trophy room. Play solo, play in a team with your friends, and become the UFL champion. A simple and fun concept to play. Okay,
so this is going to be a big part of this video. I'm a little bit too small, aren't I? We can make me a little bit bigger. But this is going to be a big part of this video, right? Because this is new partnerships. Now, they could come out with a banger here. Let's be honest. You know, Konami, it's not good at the minute. FIFA, I feel like, could be put on the ropes very quickly because there's a lot of people unhappy with the game. I'm excited to see what new partnerships they might have here.
In the last 4 months, we have revealed some of our fantastic partner clubs around the world. We pay a lot of attention and respect to these partnerships because in our case, they are not just for a presentation. You may call it the UFL way, but we believe there are better alternatives to club partnerships than just buying a license. Our goal is to give UFL players another layer of connection between clubs and their fans. We'll keep revealing and signing partner clubs from all over the world, so stay tuned for updates on the hot topic throughout 2022. Today I suggest we look at some of the most prominent partner names we have unveiled.
I think he got me there, didn't he? I think he got me there. I don't think we're going to be announced any more partnerships. We'll see, but they did say there's one surprise. So this is who they're partnered with at the moment. I'm pretty sure we know all of these. Monaco was one there, but I'm pretty sure we know all of these. West Ham as well. I like the way they're showing them off. This idea of how you win the trophy, the whole idea at the minute is actually a really clever idea. It's similar to FIFA, but maybe might be enough of a difference. I didn't know they had Gladbach. Okay, that's an interesting one. I didn't know they had Gladbach. Sporting as well, I remember that one. Yeah, I knew they had Rangers. So most of these we already know about. Now, they're going to go through the clubs, and it'll be interesting to see if they actually go through the players that they've partnered with so far. Now, some of the licenses, I think, are going to become easier to get because of eFootball and their situation. I think even bigger teams will be easier to come and collect. Right, so there's a whole segment there about hashtag. Again, if you want to see that, go and watch the video. It just talks about their partnership with hashtag, and I think it's super cool that they've got that. Hashtag do a lot of good stuff in the gaming space. I think they've actually got an esports team as well, so if they're helping push forward an esports scene for UFL, that would be the ultimate goal, I imagine, for this game, is to have an esports scene, because for it to stay sustainable, they're probably going to need that. So here we go. Now they're going to actually talk about the football players that they've partnered with so far. We knew about Zinchenko. I mean, I think that's a smart partnership. We knew about Lukaku, and I think that's the biggest one that they've done so far, in my opinion. Bobby Firmino as well, another good one that they've managed to get. They've done really well with this, to be honest with you. I've been quite impressed with who they've managed to pick up. KDB, another big one as well. Again, I just think this shows a lot about the company that they managed to get these kind of players on board to be ambassadors for the game.
As you have probably noticed, our Magnificent Five is, well, a Magnificent Four.
Right, so, lads. There's four. There's about to be five.
And unveil our fifth ambassador. Need any clues? This player has won league titles in England, Spain, and Italy. He has won 32 trophies in his career, including 7 league titles, 5 UEFA Champions Leagues, and 1 UEFA Nations League, and 1 UEFA European Championship.
Can't be, can it? Has actually anybody got him? It can only be... in my head went Messi first off, but it can't be. And European Championship, so it can't be... It's got to be Ronaldo. Got to be Ronaldo. Honestly, if they've bagged Ronaldo here, this is impressive.
Recently, he has reached a fantastic milestone, having scored an incredible 800 official senior career goals for club and country. So, you're probably already getting the idea.
It's Ronaldo.
Let me make a quick call to get things settled.
Yo, boys, they got him by Ronaldo. Do you know what? That's impressive. That's the kind of name that really gives you a foot up. Anyway, Ronaldo, fair play, UFL. Right, so we're about to get the gameplay reveal, obviously. I just want to put this into kind of perspective that you've got to imagine how expensive Ronaldo should be for you to get him on your... Someone's paying UFL, they've got a bag, right? They've got the bag of UFL, because to get Ronaldo to be an ambassador is not cheap. He's not an ambassador for FIFA, is he? And he's never been an ambassador, as far as I know, for PES. So for them to come in and have someone of his level, I know he's older now in the game, but just to have someone of his level, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. They're making big moves here. But this is the bit we want. So up to this point, before we get into the gameplay, up to this point, I'm extremely impressed in the 14 minutes and 46 seconds. It may all fall apart here, though. This might be the bit where it all falls apart. I will go away for this bit.
This broadcasts with a message from the future. A future where there is online football for all. A future where free to play means fair to play. A future where you can choose from your favorite players and they actually play like them too. We create our own clubs and manage every stage and every detail of their journey. We compete in matches where skill is always the deciding factor, experiencing moments of exhilaration, deflation, and elation that every true football fan can relate to. We overcome challenges, taking on new opponents and old rivals, We propel our clubs to incredible heights, attracting star players and nurturing new talents as we create our ultimate footballing lineup to take on all comers and let the world know what it really means to be the best. This is what the future of online football looks like. And how do we know? Well, we built it. And it's time for you to join us. UFL is coming when it's ready in 2022.
Yo, whoa. So it's coming this year. We're getting this year, right? I need a second, right? So we're gonna go through some of the slides. So we know already now we're getting it this year. I want to just break this down a little bit. I don't want to be too much longer. First of all, I'll be 100% honest, right? First of all, I'm actually quite impressed with this gameplay. It looks like PES. It looks like I expected it to look. It does look like PES. The graphics, they don't look unbelievable. They look okay, all right? Let's be honest. They look okay. It's a work in progress, but the movement, the passing, stuff like that, it does look very PES. But it looks fairly fluid. Now, this is a big thing for me. We want to go back to that frame, please, sir. We want to go back to this frame right here, the team management one. Can I just pause it there? Am I that quick? I want to see the team management screen. And then we also want to look at the player card. So this one. So we've got play, match, league, friendly, solo, club management, squad management. Then the transfer market. So it's pretty basic, but it's going to be a game that is online, right? So it's going to be supported. So this is exactly what I expected, right? We're getting cards, although they're not the same as maybe other cards, but we are getting cards. You'll notice some of the supported teams actually have their background in it, and then obviously Firmino, De Bruyne, and Lukaku, because they don't have those licenses, don't have the actual, Man City, Liverpool. You've got your team lineup here, your game plan, your management, your customer. This is very similar, if we're being honest, to FIFA, but that isn't a problem. Now, what I'm noticing already over the top is stars. So this might be the upgrade path. We're not seeing an overall here for these players, which is interesting. We're not seeing an overall. They're probably leaving that out. They don't want us to know player overalls. You probably will have that eventually, but we're seeing a star rating, and that might be you upgrading said player, and you've got points and coins here, or whatever they're going to use, whatever they'll call their currency. So, I mean, this will be very familiar to players. We've got stuff like this as well, where you can change your strips and kit out your team, stadiums, items. I'm guessing is going to be either swapping players' positions or giving players boosts. But again, I mean, the gameplay looks pretty decent. I mean, am I excited? A lot more than I was before. They've done a very good job of getting me more excited to play this game. And I think they've done a good job with this. I genuinely do. The league promotion stuff I quite like. In fact, I really like that. So the league isn't going to be like the divisions in FIFA, but we're going to get this kind of breakdown with the leaderboard. And I like this. This is actually really good. We've got Matt HD Gamer there, who I think is tied to them, all signed to them as well. But I love that we've got Rage Quit United and Replay Lovers and Gamepad Breakers. But so it is actually going to be league based. I don't know how they're going to figure that out. I don't know how that's going to work. How they're going to have this as leagues. I'm not sure. But that is pretty much the end of the video. He just talks on a little bit at the end of the video now. And I don't want to take up too much of your guys' times. I don't know if there's anything. No, there's nothing here to click on. So I'll just do a quick brief breakdown. I will do another video in a few days when I've read up a little bit more and we've looked a little bit more into it. But this is like a first impressions, which isn't as short as I thought it was going to be, but the video was a lot longer than expected. Gameplay was kind of as expected, but it looked quite fluid. I quite liked it. The fact that we've got a card system and we know a little bit more about that, I'm not against that. I think that's a good idea. This was really well put together. This genuinely was how you reveal a game, in my opinion. We got not a lot of gameplay, but we got enough to wet the beak and a little bit more information. They announced another big ambassador. I think they've done a really good job here of putting this together. I thought it looked really good. I'm quite impressed. I tell you what, the whole point of these is to create excitement. Let me know in the comments down below. Well, I'm more excited to play this game now than I was when I woke up this morning. So they've done their job. And, you know, from what I can see, they've done their job. And I imagine when I go on Twitter, I'm going to see a similar situation over there. That's going to be it from me. This obviously our first impressions. I'm going to go and just have a little bit of a play around, have a bit of a thought process on maybe one more video we can make before we get more information. Just breaking down some more of the finer details and actually how I think the game will do and stuff that maybe they need to implement in order to make them successful, from my opinion and from my standpoint. Again, let me know in the comments what you thought of the game, your opinions on that release trailer. You know, if you're not into the online aspect of the sports games, it sucks a little bit, but let's be honest, at the moment, considering football is probably the world's biggest sport, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that, we're a little bit lackluster for football games. To be 100% honest, you've got FIFA now, and that is it, and then Football Manager, so it'll be nice to have somebody else throwing their hat in the ring, and I'm genuinely excited to see what more we see from this game. Just fingers crossed we get a release date soon, and I'm hoping for summer. That's it for me. If you're new around here, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. Appreciate each and every one of you. I am slowly getting better, so videos will be continuing and be back on the channel now. Much love. See you soon.